Hello everyone and greetings from the channel again. For the first time in a few weeks, Bitcoin has now closed 2 consecutive weeks above the 200-week moving average, which is a very optimistic indicator. As a result, Bitcoin and the whole cryptocurrency market have begun to rise. Along with all of this, there has been a lot of controversy around Cardano, notably with Mark Cuban, Charles Hoskinson, and several individuals who have been disparaging Cardano. Therefore, if you appreciate that kind of stuff, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I want to go through everything that is happening in the market with regulations, with crypto, with Bitcoin, and everything we need to know. And now let's get started. Starting with the overall cryptocurrency market at the moment, we can see that Bitcoin has experienced a significant rally since it closed above the 200-week moving average for the second week in a row. Bitcoin is currently trading around $4,500 per coin moving forward at the key level, and the next significant level for it will be $24,500 now that we have closed this week above the 200-week moving average. If we close above this important level of resistance for Bitcoin, we very likely may have another surge up to $26,000 to $27,000 per coin very rapidly. In any case, the market as a whole and several technical indicators are showing positive developments. Now that the U.S. Treasury Department has visited the crypto mixer and Tornado Cash, let's speak about a few recent developments in regulation. This really happened in March 2022, a few months ago. One of the most popular cryptocurrencies in the world, say Infinity, experienced a hack that revolved on the NFT game. The $625 million breach that occurred in March saw the money stolen from Axiom Funny and laundered through Tornado Cash. As a result, the U.S. Treasury Department has formally outlawed the use of Tornado currency within the U.S. In the end, they said that Tornado Cash had consistently failed to enact workable safeguards intended to prevent it from routinely laundering money for dangerous cyber actors, and that they had taken no action to halt this. They will thus outright ban it as a result. This is therefore a positive thing. It will aid in the protection of several U.S. businesses and individuals. In the end, users may still access the portal. It's not like using it is difficult. However, it's a positive move for rules, user protection, and business protection. And in the crypto sector, that's precisely what we want to see. Before we go on to Cardano, I want to talk about the general market next. And there will be drama with this latest report that was released by CoinShare. Therefore, a fresh report from CoinShares on the state of the cryptocurrency market is released every single week. And based on this data, we have had inflows for yet another week, which is consistent with what we have been discussing as a highly positive signal for what is happening. Institutions have made a little investment in cryptocurrencies over the last week, as seen by the $3.1 million in inflows that were mostly made to Ethereum. With $16.3 million flowing to Ethereum, there were only very tiny withdrawals of Bitcoin. Overall, though, we're still observing the trend of institutions gradually returning to the cryptocurrency market. As you can see, we have earned $492 million, or over $500 million, during the past 4 years. Institutions are starting to get engaged again. And now that we have seen the market, it is just what we want to see. Correct. The last item is going to be with what is happening with Robinhood, because Robinhood just came out and they have put out 2 new cryptocurrencies on their platform. We've seen it consolidate now. We're beginning to see large companies go back in. Avalanche and Stellar Lumens have been formally introduced. On my Twitter feed earlier in the day, we discussed this. So please be sure to follow me there if you haven't already. There, we're almost at 10,000, so I didn't really enjoy it. However, Robinhood has formally added 2 more coins. And with this, they are up to their 5th team. They currently support 15 different cryptocurrencies on their platform, such Solana, Dogecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. And for Robinhood, we need to see this take place. If you own shares of Robinhood, you should be aware that the company has been having difficulties and needs to offer more cryptocurrencies on its platform, particularly in light of the competition they have been facing from FTX. Avalanche and Stellar Lumens have profited from these listings, so seeing them list a few more cryptocurrencies is something we absolutely want to see for Robinhood as well as the cryptocurrency industry. Additionally, if you own Robinhood shares, now that there has been a lot of turmoil for Cardano, let's speak about what is happening with Cardano. The first problem is that everyone constantly talks about Dogecoin being a joke, so when Mark Cuban came out and stated that Dogecoin is actually more useful than Cardano, it caused a ton of uproar on Twitter and around the internet. Everyone is aware that Elon Musk discusses Dogecoin. However, Mark Cuban, a very well-known player in the cryptocurrency and investment world, has stated that he believes Dogecoin, the largest meme coin by market size, has more uses and a longer lifespan than Cardano. Many folks weren't content. He asserted that compared to expectations, less people in Africa are utilizing blockchain. And he claims that despite introducing smart contracts a year ago, Cardano has ultimately had very little of an impact. Since this isn't true, we've been discussing it quite a bit over the past few months. Yes, nothing very spectacular is occurring in Africa right now. There have been many significant improvements, but adoption has not yet occurred. But bear in mind that it takes time. However, if we look at what's truly happening with the Cronos ecosystem, we constantly observe enormous amounts of progress taking place and milestones being reached at this very now. Over 1,048 projects are using Cardano. There are over 3,000 Cardano-based smart contracts. Over 2,600 GitHub comments are made almost weekly, and more developers are choosing Cardano over competing blockchains. I'm not sure why so many people are disparaging Cardano and speaking poorly about it, though. Mark Cuban wasn't the only one. We'll discuss another incident. However, the data shows that additional initiatives are still being launched. The growing quantity of Plutus scripts shows that new developers are still adding to the ecosystem. Additionally, we can observe that the ecosystem for native tokens and NFTs as a whole is expanding week after week. So, certainly, Cardano has developed the ecosystem more gradually. We all understand this, yet growth is still being seen. And as an investor, it is what I want to see. I don't want to see what's going on with Solana, where outages keep occurring and there are hackers. There are other layer 1 cryptocurrencies that constantly have problems and outages. I would want to see development go at a slower rate, similar to what Cardano is doing. As long as projects continue to be released, more NFTs are utilized on the platform, and more users are drawn to it. I was going to discuss a few last items with Cardano and Charles Hoskinson. And when someone just came out, they discussed how Cardano is basically just a religion sans technology. So, we heard someone publicly assert that Cardano is a non-technological religion that no one practices. In the end, whales and institutions don't invest in Cardano because they don't take the time to research it. Even so, they do not investigate it. When this is wholly untrue. When analyzing the information from the film from yesterday, we discussed how whales spent $138 million on ADA in the previous 8 days alone. Therefore, when individuals claim that whales and wealthy investors don't consider Cardano, they should do so. The fact that $138 million from whale accounts was invested in Cardano over the course of 8 days disproves that claim right there. Additionally, it seems that some people believe that cryptocurrencies combine technology and religion. They contend that Cardano is only a belief system and not a technological advancement. And sure, there is a vibrant community for Cortana. However, as we just mentioned, there are a ton of innovations happening in the Cardano ecosystem. Yes, certain enhancements are taking a little longer to go out than expected. However, despite what has been happening in the market, we have seen an increase in projects, smart contracts, developers, and other metrics for the Cardano's ecosystem over the past year. Therefore, in my opinion, a lot of the material that has been released is FUD, or just a lot of worry, confusion, and doubt, because many people don't like how much the price of Cardano's has dropped from all-time highs. However, you must keep in mind that the network is always being improved while analyzing the data. The statistics for projects, Plutus scripts, GitHub comments, native tokens, and everything else are constantly rising. So I wouldn't say it's the finest thing ever. Since I don't advise investing all of your money in a single endeavor, you should put it all into it. But my advice is to always check the data when you read comments about a blockchain or any project in particular. Make sure you don't only listen to what I or anybody else has to say by doing so. Make sure to conduct independent research. In conclusion, this is what the current state of the cryptocurrency market is. I hope today is going well for every one of you. Enjoy your evening, and I'll see you all for another episode tomorrow. The night.